Hello everybody, welcome back to the stream. Good to see you all again. And yeah, we're gonna just be doing some fun stuff today. What kind of fun stuff? Who knows? I don't know. I'm gonna be working a little bit more on that wave function collapse, I think. I've been doing work on that last night and also this morning a little bit. So I think it's almost in a good spot and still need to come up with my own algorithm for determining board difficulties as well for the purpose of scaling. But I think generally speaking, I'm optimistic about this approach for generating enemy boards working. But before we get into all that, I need to remind everyone that Gunforged is available for sale. It's my first commercial release as a full-time indie dev. It's currently $8.99 USD, so it's a great way to support me if you're interested in doing so, and I think it's a very fun game as well. Also, I have my new Udemy course, Create a Complete Online Co-op Multiplayer Game in Godot 4. This will teach you everything you need to know about making online multiplayer games. So you'll learn remote procedure calls, server authoritative architecture, and you'll also get instruction on the multiplayer spawner and multiplayer synchronizer nodes. Basically, all the high-level Godot networking tools is what's covered in this course. I also have other courses available, so again, check out those links in the description below if you're interested in learning about this. And again, that's a great way to support me. Okay, what are we doing? Well, let's say hi to everyone. Hello, Schlurgy. 3-hour meeting just started, so perfect start time. Oh my goodness. That is unfortunate. It's a technical interface meeting with a customer. Only 1 or 2 times a year, so it's not too bad. Jeez. 3-hour meeting, goodness. I'm always early. Hello, Gecko Solo. Welcome back. Welcome, Maikun Dev. Hello, Zaya. Good to see you. Snupbill Yummers. Welcome, welcome. Oh, that's in reference to Schlurgy's comment. Hello, Kzori. Just a bit early. Yes, welcome back, Aniki. I got up at 6 in the morning today and I've already done a couple hours of work. And I was like, well, I want to keep working, but I also want to do the stream. I guess I just got impatient. I don't know. I didn't want to wait until 10. So we're an hour early, but that means we might go longer on the stream too. So we'll see. What are your opinions of making a game in HTML? Just curiosity. Well, I don't know that much about HTML game development. I definitely would find a game engine or a framework that is good for HTML5 game development. I'm sure there are many frameworks out there, like JavaScript frameworks for rendering things to the canvas and everything like that, but yeah, I don't have any experience in that realm in particular, so I don't know how much I can say about that. I think it's a fine idea. I mean, as far as I'm aware, HTML games are still relatively profitable if you're looking to make money with them. But yeah, I don't know. Phaser is a good JS game framework. Okay, good to know. Phaser JS, gotcha. Of course, you could use an engine that can, build for web as well, or export for web. Unity and Godot, although I think those are probably, if I had to guess, those probably are a lot heavier weight in terms of the download requirement on the client, whereas if you use something like Phaser, I bet it would be much more lightweight, but I'm not sure. Kaboom was also briefly a thing, but it may not exist anymore. The other thing about building for web is I think what you'd be able to do with Phaser is you'd probably be able to wrap it, if you wanted to distribute it on Steam as well. You could probably just wrap it in Electron and then call it a standalone game, Don't they export to WebAssembly? Yeah, Godot and Unity does, I think. Yeah. Oops. All right, so had my Discord open still. You can't be seeing my notifications for my whatever, private chats. I don't know. Getting distracted. Anyway, so I've made a couple of tweaks to this wave function collapse with the help of Claude here, who's being a bro. And I have one problem left that I've noticed that I need to fix, but I've already fixed a bunch of placement problems, which I don't need to go into, but generally the output has improved very significantly. So now I don't think it's possible anymore for something like the windmill to be generated without affecting at least one card. Also, I changed the cat. So yesterday we made the cat. I made this deal 4 damage per allied minion card. I changed this so the cat deals 4 damage per allied ritual card. And these prayer beads here are rituals. So I think that just kind of like, I don't know, you can very easily imagine a cat playing with you can very easily imagine a cat playing with prayer beads. Today is going to be hard for me to talk, I guess. But there was another issue too, which is that if I had a 2x2 board, I could potentially place a barkeep on the 2x2 board. But the problem is, then the barkeep would not be able to utilize this. Projects to minion cards, deal 4 damage. So I also added a rule set that says, if the card is going to take up the whole board and it has an ability that is designed to affect other cards, don't place it. So it's not possible to fight a barkeep by himself. That may change in the future. I mean, it's not a necessity that all of the abilities of a card are utilized, but I think that makes sense as a restriction for now. But there is one additional problem that I want to try to resolve, and that is that sometimes a board can be generated like this, where the cat and a chicken are here. The problem though is that because the cat only deals damage in accordance with the ritual cards, and the chicken is not a ritual, that's kind of like it's not a valid combination, or it's not an ideal combination. And the reason why this happens is because the chicken gets placed on the board first. The chicken gets placed on the board first, and the cat is still logged as a damage item. So let me back up a little bit. So basically, oh my gosh, how am I going to explain this? Basically, what I need to do is, if a cat is going to be placed, I need to make sure that it's only going to be placed if the other tiles on the board are, or at least if there's one ritual, I guess is what I need to do. But I need to do that in the wave function collapse way. And I don't know how that's going to happen. Because what happens when the chicken gets placed is that it doesn't collapse any of the probabilities or possibilities of any of the other tiles. So basically the way it works is every single tile contains the possibility to place every single card at it until a card that has requirements like the windmill gets placed. Then what the windmill will do is it will take a subset of all of the cells that the windmill affects. So this is adjacent. So it takes all the adjacent cards around the windmill and it says, okay, for each tile around the windmill, we're going to reduce the possibilities to only those cards that will benefit from the windmill ability. So that means that basically the only cards that can be adjacent to the windmill are minions. But I've also limited it. So like a windmill, since it's a 2x2, it has, what is that? It has 8. Did I do my math right? Yeah, it has 8 adjacent cells, but it's a little bit overkill to say, well, all 8 of those cells need to be populated with minions. So what I do is I take, I think, a random amount of cells. So I think I take either 2 or 3 cells and I collapse those possibilities down. But anyway, that's a little bit of an implementation detail. Basically, the problem is that this cat is being selected even though it has an ability here, which is not being utilized because there are no ritual cards. So I don't know how to solve that. We're going to be asking AI. Doxed, yeah. Good morning, Emerson. Cat so cute. The cat would eat the chicken that's dangerous. Maybe, I don't know. Have you seen chickens? They're kind of scary. I think cats, broadly speaking, steer clear of chickens because chickens are wild. They're just like, they're not, they're kind of scary. I mean, if a chicken charges at you as a human, it's kind of like, oh, get away from me. But if it was a big enough cat, if it was like a bobcat or something, So yeah, we're going to be asking the AI for some help on that because I don't know exactly how I'm going to prevent that situation from occurring. This is a valid combination because this beer, this stein here, is a ritual item. So that cat is going to work with that. The ox doesn't have any abilities that affect other cards, so it can take up the whole board. That's a valid combination. So really the only problem is if the chicken gets placed first and a cat gets placed in the remaining space. That's where the problem arises. This is very inefficient, but we're just going to keep clicking. That sounds like math. Keep math out of my fun. I know. It's actually not that math heavy. It's just a matter of filtering down. Basically, each tile just has a list of all the possible cards. And then when a card gets placed, you just go, oh, there we go. There's the invalid combination. So yeah, it's just a list, and you just filter out the list of items that just don't work with the card that just got placed, basically. Okay, so we want to prevent this from happening. So let me ask Claude. I have an issue where if... I don't know how I'm going to describe this. Card gets placed. How do I describe this? First and a second card gets placed, which fills the rest of the board. That second card may have a queryable ability. Which does not benefit or is not benefited by the card that was placed first. How can I resolve this? Do you run your AI local or through the cloud? This one, yeah, Copilot is just going out to the, Claude Anthropic, I think. Uh-oh, it's telling me I'm facing a classic WFC constraint propagation issue. Bidirectional compatibility checking. Okay, that's what I thought I would need to do. So you're facing a classic constraint propagation issue where cards with interdependent abilities can create ineffective board states. The problem is that your current filtering only considers whether a card can query something, but not whether the existing cards can benefit from or contribute to the new card's abilities. Here's how you can solve this by adding bidirectional compatibility checking. Has compatible interactions. Oh gosh. Would fill entire board. That's not correct. The cat looks so good. You're a pro artist. Thank you. You can't help self-host Claude, so Cloud. What program is this? Which artificial intelligence? This is just VS Code with Copilot. Yeah, that's it. I'm just using the Claude model. That's all right. So I don't know if it's doing this correctly. Possible cards has compatible interactions. Has compatible target. What is going on here? Hold on. So we're going to filter out the possible card IDs that we're going to place. Has compatible interactions. So the candidate card, we're going to get all the abilities of the candidate card. Then we're going to iterate over all the place cards, and we're going to say, okay, for each queryable in the candidate queries, we're going to see if any of the placed cards can be targeted by query. Oh, I see. Is there a way to disregard would fill entire board for this? I don't know if I need that would fill entire board. I don't think so. But it's actually necessary for maintaining good board generation quality. Here's why. The would fill entire board check prevents a specific problematic scenario where a card that occupies all remaining board space has query abilities that become completely useless. Okay. All right. Well, let's just try that. So I'm going to need to change this check, though, because this would fill entire board is very basic. All it's doing is this just checking if the occupied cells count as equal to board area. So I think I would need to change this. So would fill entire board base card. I need to do that based on the currently occupied cells. So I would need to do let's rename this would fill remaining space. Return board inventory component dot get occupied. Do I want to do that? Get valid grid cells. Nope, I want to get occupied. I don't think I have a way of getting the occupied cells here. How long can we make this class? It's currently 732 lines. Let's see. Okay, well, we might as well just do this. Public hash set vector to I get occupied cells. Cool. Okay. So we're going to get the current occupied cells dot count plus equals no, not plus equals, plus card dot occupied cells dot count is equal to board area. I wonder if I can do... I think I can make this greater than or equal to. Because if there's one tile remaining, and I want to place like a 2x1 card, would fill remaining space, we can treat that as true, even though it's technically an invalid placement, but the invalid placement check doesn't come along until after that select random card. So in here, what we're actually going to be doing is we're going to be automatically filtering out any card that just can't fit in the remaining space. That's actually interesting. I think I might need another filter here. So if I'm gonna place a card at a tile, I actually should filter this card list down to only cards that have like a proper dimension and orientation. So I should filter down to only cards that can be placed at that position, which I may actually want to do after when I update the entropy. To do, think about applying further filtering to only cards that have dimensions that are valid for that position. Although I guess that's not going to work. Is that going to work? That won't necessarily be useful actually, because yeah, it's not guaranteed that... Okay, that's not going to work. So never mind. Because if I say, okay, well, this cell now can only have a 2x1 card placed at it, it may be the case that other cards are going to get placed on the board before that cell is revisited. And so that cell may still contain invalid cards with invalid dimensions. So I'll just handle it the way I'm currently handling it, which is that I'm going to try to place the randomly selected card on the board. This will get rejected if it doesn't fit. So yeah. Anyway. So would fill remaining space. Okay. If would fill remaining space, card has compatible interactions. What in the heck? Private bool has compatible interactions. I'm going to rename this. I like that name, candidate card. Do you make your own assets? Hello, Hyro. Yes, I do. Yeah, I do make my own assets. Well, it depends on what you mean by assets. I don't make my own sound effects and I don't make my own music, but I do make my own art. So I guess half of the assets I make myself. The other assets for like sound effects, for music, I will hire somebody to make the music. My friend is currently actually working on some music for the game, which is sounding amazing, by the way. And also, I use a sound effects library that's licensed in a way that I can use it for commercial projects. Hello, Artem. Welcome back. Great to see you again. What are we doing today? We are working, continuing work on the wave function collapse for card placement. I mean, there's just a couple of tweaks that I want to do. And then we're going to probably move on to making more enemy cards, because I really want to like test this wave function collapse by introducing more enemy cards and just validate that it's working as expected. And then there's a bunch of balancing that I need to do to get the boards that are generated working on a sensible difficulty curve. So that's what we'll be doing. But welcome back to the stream, Rookie Tookie. Hello, Night Raven Games. Welcome back. Good morning to you as well. I'm doing well. How are you? How did you get started with pixel art? I want to get good at it, but it feels scary. I have just the video for you. There's a video on this channel called How to Get Good at Pixel Art with No Art Skill. And that video is just 5 tips that will make an immediate improvement in the quality of your pixel art. So, and that's from my personal experience, because I was in the same boat. I was like, I'm not good at art. I don't know how to do art, but I want to do it. So through my own research and like studying and watching YouTube videos, I encountered those like 5 tips basically from a variety of sources. And that made the most significant impact in the quality of my art. So you can check that out if you're interested. Otherwise, what I would recommend is, yeah, go on YouTube, watch pixel art critique videos. There's a lot of pixel art critique videos that people are doing. Pixel Pete is one of the creators that I watched a lot. You've got Adam C. Eunice, who's a great instructor as well. So there's just like, yeah, there's all kinds of resources available for you that I would recommend checking out on YouTube. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, you're welcome. Welcome to the stream, by the way. I don't know if I said that. So it has compatible interactions. I don't want to just copy this verbatim. I want to understand exactly what's going on here. So this check makes sense. Well, let me just do this. I'm going to just quickly study what this is doing. So it's getting the abilities of the candidate card. And then it's looking at the placed cards. Can card be targeted by query? Okay. So basically, I need to look at all the placed cards and see if the candidate card can target all the placed cards. Now, what is this doing? Oh, this is the bidirectional part. I actually don't know if I need this. I don't need one of these blocks because I'm already doing the filtering down here. So I'm already updating. So that's already one directional, unidirectional. Update entropy for placed card. I think I only need... that block, because doing this other check here is going to be redundant because the candidate card is already going to be something that can, or it's likely to be. Is it going to be? Or is it likely to be? Yeah, the candidate card is already going to be something that can either exist standalone, or it's already going to be filtered down to something that is going to work with the cards that have already been placed. So yeah, I think I just need this one check. So I just need to check if the candidate card is going to affect any existing cards. Okay. All right, so let's try that. For each var queryable in candidate card dot get base flattened abilities. Is that what I'm using? Yeah. Of type iBoard queryable. If queryable dot query options dot query target board. Nope. Query options. We're just going to continue. var affects at least one placed card is equal to placed cards dot any queryable dot, what is this? Oh, am I even using this anymore? Oh, I'm not. I'm going to get rid of this. That's dangerous. Okay. Queryable dot query options dot card matches query filters x dot value return, oh no, if affects at least one placed card, return true, return false. I think that's all I need to do. So the way to test this now, dot where x is equal to cat or x equals chicken. So we're just gonna reduce the enemy IDs to just cat or chicken, and that should greatly speed up. So what I should see is that the cat will not be getting placed. So let me do this now. Has compatible interactions. Okay, let me do this. Where am I? I'm lost. Here we go. Logger.debug. Card ID will fill the remaining space, but has no compatible interactions with existing cards. All right, so we're gonna log that. Let's see if that works. Do you ever struggle with ideas to make your game unique? I'm doing a roguelike, and since there are so many out there, I'm struggling to find something to make it stand out besides being cat themed. Well, the cat theme alone is almost enough. But yeah, in terms of like, I'm very hesitant to give advice on game design because that's still a skill that I'm developing. So, but what I would say is like, one of the ways that I made my game unique, right? My game is very similar to all the other auto battlers out there, right? But the thing that makes it unique is one, the theme, and two, the alchemy system, right? So I would say the alchemy system is like the major thing that sets my game apart from the others besides the theme. And I think that's going to be enough. I think that's going to make my game interesting enough that it sets it apart from everything else. But then you can do other things differently too. Like one thing that I did in Gunforged, which I think was interesting, is that the currency that you collect during the run in Gunforged is the same as the meta currency. So there was this tension between, do you spend your money during the run or do you hold on to it so you can get meta upgrades, like the permanent progression upgrades outside of the run? That was just like a small thing, but that's something that almost no roguelike game does. And so I was just like, well, that makes my game a little bit different. Now, granted, some people didn't like that, but I think for the most part, people thought it was interesting. So there's like this, like during the run, it's not just about collecting meta currency and like just playing the game enough. Like you can directly impact how many permanent progression upgrades you can purchase based on your spending behavior during the run, right? Which I think is interesting. So that like little things like that, just try to put like maybe small little different spins on like traditional roguelike things and see if that makes a difference. But again, I don't want to give game design advice, but that's how I've been approaching it. My advice for art is just to start and be consistent. You'll definitely see results. Yes, that's true of basically anything. Like you just have to do dedicated effort over a long period of time and you will improve. Doesn't mean you're going to become the next, you know, master pixel artist or whatever, but you can get good at it. Just start and stick to it. You'll get good eventually. Yep. Watt is pretty good. Yes, Watt. Yes. Brandon James. Yes, thank you. That's one that I watched a lot. I just can't remember the name because it's too long. Brandon James Greer. Yes, that's a great channel as well. Hello, Ali. Welcome, welcome. Mixed rate. Good to see you. Welcome back. Or I don't know if you've been here. welcome to the stream if not. Oh, we got some errors. Maybe if I click it more times, it won't error anymore. Oh, did I do my... Did I do something wrong? How is it choosing the arming sword? What? Am I using this? Oh, I am using this in multiple places. Okay, I think that will work. What I'm hearing is hone in on a system that could be unique to your game, avoid too many systems to avoid scope creep. Sounds like I need to do some brainstorming. Yeah. The other thing that can help too is that while you're playtesting the game, what I've done before is just like make dramatic changes to some numbers somewhere, like increase the player speed by 50% or 100%, or increase the fire rate. I don't know what kind of game you're making, but just play with like make numbers like ridiculously overpowered or whatever and play the game like that. And while that probably is not going to make it into the final version, what that can do is that can reveal new like elements. Like you might find that, oh wait, my game is actually a lot more fun when my player moves 50% faster, right? And so that can kind of like shake the box a little bit and give you some new ideas rather than just sticking within the narrow confines of whatever you've built currently. So that can help a bunch too. But anyway, chickens. Let's see if I get any logs here. Oh wait, I think I did this wrong. This should return true by default. I think this needs to be... I think I just need to reverse that. What did the AI say about this? Yeah, it needs to return true by default. Okay. I think I just got that a little bit wrong there. All right, let's try this. Hello from South Africa. Hello, Ben Corzin. Welcome to the stream. Great to see you here. Hello, Azab. Welcome back. Always good to see you. Oh, system argument out of range exception. Am I not accounting for null? Okay, let me watch the errors again. There we go. So let's see what the log is saying. Placing card cat at position, filtered 1-0 to cat. So it filtered 1, 0 to cat. That happened in here, update entropy for place card. Then it goes to the next one, get lowest entropy tile. It tries to select a random card. So this filtered cards ends up being 0 for some reason. Why would that happen? This ends up being 0 as well. 143. So this must be 0, and then this also must be a 0 length. Why would that be a 0 length? Why would that be a 0 length? All right, I'll do this. Put a breakpoint here. Edit breakpoint tile data dot possible card IDs dot count is equal to 0. Let's see why that's happening. A fellow South African. Oh, Forgotten also representing South Africa. Welcome back, Forgotten. Hello, Yeet. What have I been up to? Working on enemy board generation using wave function collapse. Place cat at position 0, 0, filtered 1, 0 to cat. Why is this? Wait, that breakpoint is not correct. Error, tile data does not contain a definition for possible card IDs. What? Why not? Oh, possible cards IDs. Oh. Let's try it again. Here we go. So why did that happen? Placing card cat at position 0, 0, filtered 1, 0 to cat. So it's selecting this. The position is 1, 0. Get lowest entropy tile. This should always have, wait a minute, why does that happen? Let's put a breakpoint here. let's take a look at the tile data. This gets filtered down to cat. That's true. And then what? Cat there. Why is that a 0 count? I don't understand. Why is that becoming 0? I don't understand. Hold on a second. So the problem is this possible card IDs, this, yeah, so this is being removed, right. So when a cat gets placed on the board, it crushes the possibilities down to, or collapses the possibilities down to another cat. That cat gets failed to place on the board. So then that tile data removes that cat as an option. Null should always be an option though. And I think the reason why null is not always an option is because of this. So what I'm doing is when I'm checking if the card matches the query filters, when I filter the cards by query options, I'm excluding null. So I'm just only going to filter down to the cards that work. Why am I doing that? Why am I doing that? I guess what I didn't want to do is choose null, because what I'm doing up here is, let's see, I'm choosing a max affected tiles for collapsing. And I don't want a max, I don't want one of the affected tiles to just end up being null, although I guess I could make it that way. So my options are either to allow null to continue to exist here, or what I could do is just remove null as an option, generally speaking, and just handle the case where the array of possible cards ends up being a 0 length. But I don't think I want to do that because I do want null to be like an explicit choice for the cells. So I think I'm going to reverse this. Card equals null or that. That should work. Oops, let's remove that breakpoint. We'll remove that breakpoint. So this breakpoint should never trigger now. Wait a minute. Did I do this wrong? The cat shouldn't even be placed ever in this situation, I guess. Unless I'm going to also add that. Let's see. Oops. Good morning, the Red Velvet. Welcome back. Will there be devlogs? Yes, there will be. Not sure how it would look like, but you should make a mini series where subscribers make a game with you. Like those Twitch play streams could be fun. Yeah, that could be fun. Yeah. maybe when I have more time. My favorite game dev guru told me after some point the game starts making itself. Why isn't it making itself already? Maybe you need to take your hands off the keyboard. Yeah, just have the AI do it for you. That's what he meant, right? I wanted to ask you, how are you handling card data with resources? Are you using any inheritance for different types? Trying to refactor my game would be really helpful to see how you approach it. My card resources, custom resources, just contain data about the card. So it's just basic stuff like turn cooldown, what the dimensions are, what the art is, what the name is, what tags it has, etc. And then everything else is handled in code, so all the inheritance and stuff. So obviously, like if I look at my chicken card, this extends from base card, and all it does is it just sets up the initial abilities for the card. And then everything else is handled in like this framework that I've made, where I've got all these composition of different abilities. So basically, I mean, every card, the only difference between each card is its metadata that comes from the card resource and what its initial composed abilities are. Everything else about every card is exactly the same. They all behave the same in terms of their execution logic. And so really this is the only thing that's changing. And then, yeah, the ability system just kind of goes through these building blocks here, all these different ability types. So I don't know if that helps, but cute kitty card. Thank you, Yeet. Looking forward to the Discord you make. Yes, that's going to come soon, hopefully soon. Is this even working? Did I spell prayer beads correctly? Did I do something wrong? What's going on here? Something's not right. Why isn't this working? Oh. Son of a bee. Okay. There we go. So that's a valid configuration there. Now, the only invalid configuration is where the cat gets placed by itself. Let's take a look at the log again. So I think what it's done, yeah, If I did this, so I think it's just choosing null for that case. I think if I just get rid of the null, if tile data dot possible card IDs dot count is equal to 0, return null. So we're just going to have to handle the case where the possible card IDs is null. And I think what I'll do is instead of making null a possibility in this space, what I'll do is I'll just give it like a 10% chance that any cell can be null. I think that will work better. But let's see if this works. I mean, I could also keep that in. I mean, I guess there's not necessarily a problem if a cat gets generated by itself, but... So now if a cat is going to be generated, it should always be with a prayer bead. Yeah. But I do want there to be null possibilities. So what I might do here is when I go to select random card ID, I might just do this. If rng.randf just a 10% chance to have a null spot. Oh wait, that's not gonna work. That won't work either. It's the same exact problem. What am I doing? Maybe the approach that I had was correct. So if I put null back, maybe I just need to do both. Yeah, we want to keep that return null there. Card ID not equal to null. But in here, we're going to keep it as null. So what's going to happen then is if we're going to filter cards by query options, we're going to remove null as a possibility because, and the reason is because when that filtering happens, I'm only doing a limited number of affected cells. So I'm basically saying anywhere from the range of 2 to 3 cells are going to be chosen. We're going to remove null as a possibility from those cells, but it's still possible that the card IDs are going to be filtered down to 0 and we can return null in that case. So it's a little bit wonky, but I think it'll work. Meeting time, catch you in an hour or so. All right, sounds good. Hello, Damien. Welcome back. It's been a while since I last dropped by. I like the new stream layout. Thank you, Damien. Yeah, appreciate that. Okay. Is it working now? Oh. Okay, now let's remove the prayer beads and see what happens. Hello, Ito Makes Games. Welcome back. Great to see you again. That cat sprite is adorable. Thank you, Night Raven Games. Thank you. I do like how it turned out. See, the cat is still being generated. What the heck, man? Why is the cat being generated? That shouldn't happen. Yeah, I guess the problem is that a cat is a ritual too, so it's filtering down the possibilities correctly. The problem is the cat can't fit in the space though. What? Let's see. Filtered 0, 0 to cat, filtered 0, 1 to cat. 0, 0, 0, 1. I don't even know if this is worth addressing here. I don't think it's worth addressing because this is a very specific scenario. If I open this up so that all cards can be placed, I think that that's going to give it a guaranteed valid configuration. So let's see what that does. I think I'm just running into problems that are specific to having a very small set of cards. But as long as there's enough card variety, I think it's going to be okay. Yeah. I would like to see the cat get generated with a torch. That'd be nice. Anyway, I think it's looking all right. I think it's looking all right. I like the shape your game is starting to take. Do you have a plan for playtesting and when that would happen? Yeah, soon. I've got a plan for playtesting, but it's not ready yet. Cats don't care about the rules. Yeah, seriously. They do what they want. Proud cat mom of 2. We had 10 at one point when a stray gave birth at our place. Cat distribution system works. It's funny. Kittens are so... Oh, I wish cats would stay kitten-sized forever. Oh well. I just want to see a cat get generated with a torch. Please tell me it's working. Okay, maybe if I make a bigger board. Oh, there's one. The cat is kind of cute. Anyway. So I think it's fine for now. I think I fixed the major issues. If there's like a board every once in a while that has a card that is not benefiting anything, I think that's fine. Although I also think that that's probably not possible as long as there's enough variety in the cards. Like as long as there's enough 1x1 cards that can satisfy the problem, the constraints, then that should pretty much guarantee that there's always going to be at least one card being benefited from those queryable abilities. I really want to see a cat generated with a torch though in this layout. I'm not actually seeing many torches placed on this layout. Lots of chickens though. I may need to add some extra. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. That's a good board. I like that one. I think it's working though. I think it's fine. Give me a cat with a torch. Come on, I want to see it work. All right, the next one's going to be it. Nope. Does the cat not filter? Hold on. I'll check the logs real quick. Okay, there's a cat. Let's check the logs. Place card, cat, beer mug, cat, prayer beads, torch. Yeah, it is filtering down to torch. So I guess I'm just getting unlucky. It's not choosing the torch for some reason. 2, 1, and 2, 0. I may... Let me think. Oh, I see. So what's happening here is... Oops. When the beer mug got placed... Right. So the beer mug gets placed, it collapses this down. So I think what I need to do actually is I need to change how my get lowest entropy tile works. I think what I wanted to do is choose, if all else being equal, so these two cells here, these are equal in entropy because they have the same number of elements. I think what's happening is that it's... No, maybe not. It did place it at 2, 0 first. So yeah, what happened is that it placed the beer mug at 2, 0, filtered down the remaining one to empty, or to cat, which can't be placed on the board, so it just becomes empty. I think that's okay. And there's no errors either. Cat can have a kitten on the empty tile, so it's top right. Yeah, that would be fun. This feels like puppies are not just for Christmas message. Relevant in the UK, not sure if that's an international message. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Give me a cat with a torch. I want to see it. I'm gonna make you guys sit here and watch this board generation process until I see a cat with a torch. I should the next step here is to write a debug sort of statistics tracking thing where I can just generate 1,000 boards or something and then count the occurrences of each card type, and that should reveal certain cards as being more common than others. Although I think that's going to be natural because the 1x1 cards are always going to be more... Oh, there we go. Cat with a torch. Yes, we did it. We did it, everybody. Congratulations. So let's see how that worked. So it placed card at position 0, 0. It filtered 2, 1 to that, and then it placed torch at position 2, 0. Yeah, that works. I wonder why it didn't place anything at this one. It must have just chosen null. That's 1, 0. Let me, I'm gonna add a log for that as well. Logger dot debug, placing null at position. I think that's the log that I'm missing. There should be some stream advancement when the player finds... Oh, Steam advancement when the player finds a board with a cat and torch. Yeah, that'd be funny. That'd be really funny. A stream of the different cards appearing in the box would make a nice loading screen. Maybe a hint to good card combos. Ooh. Like for the player? Because this is the enemy board. I think this could be easily applied for player cards, though. Actually, now you got me thinking. Well, I was tempted to just, like, make this filter by player ID. I mean, I might as well. I'm curious to see what this looks like now. Let's go. Let's see what kind of boards it generates. Hello, Rin. Welcome back. Always great to see you. Welcome, welcome. Ooh, look at that. It's generating some dope player cards, player configurations. Well, that one's not exactly that great, but that's all right. Oh, that's a nasty board right there. Sweet. Here we go, 20 by 20. Oops. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of Corvids. Good thing I'm not generating player boards. How far? Oh, it doesn't go above 10 by 10. Who designed this thing? Wow, that marionette's gonna do lots of damage. It's kind of fun. Playing with the wave function collapse. Look at all those Corvids. Oh my gosh. Yeah, if I was generating player boards, I'd need to add some extra stuff in there, but I think it's fine. Kind of cool. Oh my gosh. Why is it generating so many Corvids? Anyway, enough messing around with this. I'm just having fun, like, looking at the boards that it's generating. Also, it's kind of a nice way of just seeing all the art that I've made all in one board. It's actually a pretty good way of looking at the art that needs to be improved. I think I need to revisit some things. But yeah, anyway. Is this still generating in a reasonable amount of time? I should check on that. Three milliseconds, 2 milliseconds, 1 millisecond. 11 milliseconds. Oh, that was probably when I was doing a 10 by 10 board. So, or is that right? Maybe not. Anyway, it's still very fast, so that's good. I mean, very fast is relative. 2 milliseconds might make some performance-oriented people die of a heart attack, but for my purposes, it's fine. Oh, I also need to change this back to enemy IDs. Okay. More constraint fixes. How are you doing today? I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. So much assembly coding here, but apparently I've just got an email saying I'm the winner of a $553 million mega lottery. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm sure that's not spam at all. Yeah, I think if you just send over your bank account information over the email, they'll deposit the money right away. Challenge run. Player must play a 10x10 board that's completely full. That would be fun. I can imagine getting insane boards on endless mode. Yeah. I hear you loud and clear. You want an endless mode, so I think if I can get the difficulty scaling working correctly, I think an endless mode is doable. So yeah. Birds, yeah. Anyway, so now I need to work on the difficulty scaling some more in terms of like how the runs are actually being generated, because it's completely out of whack right now. So I may have a conversation with the AI again about how to do that, but we'll see. But I'm going to take a quick 3-minute break, and when I get back, we'll continue work on that. So I'll be right back in just a second. All right, I'm back. It's because I started playing Balatro and its endless mode is really fun. Okay, gotcha, yeah. I gotcha. All right, we got to work on some balancing here. Let's ask the AI. This section of my code is attempting to generate boards with proper difficulty. I'm not sure this approach is ideal. I need some ideas for determining board difficulty and adjusting boards such that, gosh. I don't know. Let's see what the AI says. I can see you're using a simple loop to upgrade random cards until the board difficulty meets the target. Here are some alternative approaches for better difficulty scaling. No consideration of player power progression. Linear difficulty scaling may not feel appropriate. Board size is fixed at 2x2. Let's see. Composite difficulty system. No, I don't want to do any of that. Here's how your method could be restructured. I still want to keep the difficulty calculations simple without going into all kinds of different generation strategies. I don't like these suggestions. Never thought about how engineers now have to write with proper grammar because of AI. It's good to see AI be a positive thing, yeah. You definitely need to be clear about what you're saying to the AI. No, I don't want... Varied upgrade types. No, I don't like this. I don't think it has enough context. Let's think. I mean, is there anything wrong necessarily with what I'm doing here? Okay, let's be a little bit more narrow here. Let's be a little bit more narrow. Firstly, let's start the base difficulty at 0. Change this difficulty based on level. Because ideally what I want to do is I want to have just like a number-driven difficulty scaling. So that way, like on the first mode of the game or whatever, the base difficulty on first level is just 0, and then maybe the base difficulty just go up by like 5 every time you go up a new level. And then there's additional difficulty that's based on how far away a combat encounter is from the start. So if I could just keep it like simple numbers that just basically like represents like, okay, well, a board with difficulty 10 is either going to be one of the first boards that you fight on the 3rd level, Or a board with difficulty 10 could be a board that's very far away from the start node on the second level, right? So it's like a difficulty of 10 is a difficulty of 10. And then what I can do if I have, you know, more difficult game modes or like some kind of meta progression that makes the rounds harder, I can just up the base difficulty by like 2 or 3 from the start. And so then it's like, okay, you start level 1 where every board has a base difficulty of 3, and then it goes up, you know, from there. I just don't know if that's going to work the way that I want it to work. I just want to keep it simple. I don't want to do a whole bunch of, you know, difficulty scaling algorithms if I can avoid it. And this is one of those things too, where it's not like, there's not like an algorithm you can apply. It's very dependent on how your game works. So let me try this. I mean, the big problem is generating the board size. Oh man, this game is too hard to work on. I'm gonna abandon it. Okay, that's not happening. I'm not abandoning this game. Not in a million years. Anyway. All right, let's do this. I need a better way of controlling board size based on difficulty. Boards farther away from the start should tend to have larger boards than boards closer to the start node, with some variation allowed. Starts with 2x2 boards near the start, gradually increases to 4x4 boards at distance 8+. I just don't know if that's going to work. Generate combat encounters. I'm going to move this, a lot of this code. I'm just going to do this. Public, static. I'll probably move this again later on, but number generator RNG. base difficulty is equal to 0. This random number generator is not coming from Godot. That's nice. Okay. All right. That will at least clean up my seeded run a little bit. Is the pixel art yours? It is, yes. Welcome, Chelly. Good to see you. Are you using the regular logger from Godot or made something yourself? Earlier I saw you use .log file, right? Yeah. So this logger is just a very, very bare bones logging utility that I made. It's not sophisticated at all. I just have a debug and it just only prints if debug is enabled, and this print raw logs it to the file, but also skips the output here. So it doesn't get written to this output, but it does get written to the log file, which is here. So yeah. It's not sophisticated at all. It doesn't have timestamps. It doesn't have stack traces. It doesn't have any of that stuff. Also, welcome to the stream, Dennis K. Great to see you. Robin Firm, welcome. I like your content. I saw your profile that you previously worked as a software engineer. What type of dev work were you doing? And what was the biggest challenge transitioning to game dev? Well, I've been doing game dev at the same time as I've been doing software engineering, so there was no like transition really. I had been doing game dev as a hobby since I was 14 years old, so there really was no transition. It was just like that was always a side skill that I had. But when I was a software engineer, I was doing mostly work with SaaS apps, so I was doing basically everything needed for doing spinning up SaaS apps, like cloud infrastructure. I was doing the front end code, I was doing the back end code, I was working on the deployment pipelines, basically doing everything. So yeah. That's handy dandy. Yeah, it is very handy. Okay, let's do this. Okay. Trying to think of how I actually want to do this. Maybe we'll do this. Max var max variance is equal to additional difficulty divided by 3. I'm just going to make up some numbers here. Var board size is equal to What is this? Min board size. No, I don't want it to be equal. Vector 2 I.1. It's min board size. We don't want a max board size here. Board size dot x is equal to that looks right. Min board size plus RNG rand I range 0 to max variance. Min board size max variance. This actually can be, this should be negative max variance. And this should be min. Then we're going to do the same thing for the y. Oh, I guess, no, that doesn't make sense. So yeah, I actually don't need any of this. That doesn't make sense. We'll just simplify it. There we go. Okay, now var base board difficulty is equal to board size x times board size dot y. And then we can return board size. Okay. I'm going to move the health calculation and currency calculation away from this. Get board difficulty. So this is taking the board area plus get card tier difficulty. Upgrade random card. Now this min currency, max currency, this total difficulty here. Get enemy board health base difficulty. Private static int calculate board health. Int total difficulty. Random number generator RNG. Oops. What have I done? Oh, I guess that's correct. Okay. He's always had a lot of sass. Yes, indeed. Hello, Aragoth. Welcome back. Great to see you again. I'm just making up random numbers that sound good in my head. Oh, this needs to be currency factor. There we go. Okay. I don't know, let's give it a play. I don't know if that's going to feel good at all, but let's see. It's okay because all numbers are made up, yeah. Yep, let's do it. See what happens. Arming sword villager, that seems reasonable. Okay. Chicken 1, mutton. Ooh, that's a good one. Arming sword. I need to fix that text. Arming sword villager. Oh, I have a cat in my inventory. Anyway. Should easily win this one. I forgot what the currency reward is on this. Might be a good thing to add to this screen here, but... Cool, 5, okay. That's 4, okay, so the currency is not quite enough. Let's do 2 instead. What does the cat do? So the cat has a 20% crit chance. It has a 10% chance to apply paralysis to a random enemy minion, and it also deals 4 damage per allied ritual card. And this is an enemy faction card, so the player will typically not be able to get the cat. But I do want to add a sort of an event type on the map that allows you to secure a villager card for yourself. I think that'd be really fun. I might just have to make these tooltips, you know what I mean? Anyway, I can't see the health here. Okay, so I get 3 currency from this. Let's just see how this feels though, and I'd have to update the boss generation as well. Okay, easy money. That's 8 now, but it's got a health of 60. Arming sword chicken. Yeah, the difficulty scaling is probably going to be one of the hardest parts of this game, honestly. Is just getting the game to feel compelling enough to play. But I got some money. Okay, this has 77 health. I might want to avoid that for now. Let's go to the artifact first. Basilisk Eye, Iron Gauntlet. Let's do the ritual candle. Why not? Because I'm about to hit these boosters. So if I can get a ritual... There we go. Boom. Give me those upgraded ritual cards. Ooh. A tier 3 ceremonial dagger. Don't mind if I do. Should I grab more ritual cards? Might as well. I got that candle. Okay. Voodoo doll. Reduces remaining turns of adjacent minion cards by 3. So I'll move that like that. Inflicts 6 damage on self. That's not... I'm going to sell these. I don't want these. Oops. I don't want these. Alright, let's fight this one now. I think I should be good. There's a lot of healing. That applies only 4 fire. That might need to be buffed, but I'm not sure. Anyway, let's see what happens. I've still only got 50 health, so I need some more health. Am I gonna win? Oh, I might... I think I'm gonna win. There we go. Nice. Okay. Enchant a card. What do I want to enchant? Ooh, Echo. Should I put Echo on that? No, I'm gonna put Echo on this. Alchemy? What should I alchemize? Do I dare alchemize this? Or no? Ooh. Alchemize the voodoo doll? Good morning, Adam. Welcome. You can't just add a cat and tell me I can't use it. Yeah. Why is the cat still playable? It's just a debug thing. Yeah. Hello, Neozoid. Welcome back. Welcome, welcome. Well, I'm going to alchemize the voodoo doll and this. And I'm going to throw the scarab in there for good measure. Okay, not a bad scarab. Did I get any that have paralysis? No. Okay, I guess I'll take the scarab then. Oh wait, I can reorient my board here. Here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, max health increase. Should I splurge for the big one? Let's go to the big one, yeah. Dog, prayer beads, prayer beads. Okay. Just gonna auto-resolve. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna win that one. Might as well fight this one as well. I don't think the boss encounter is gonna work. Increase board size. Go this way, I guess. Purchase another max health increase. I've got 80 health now. Booster. Let's do minions. Okay, that's a good one. Oh, can I do this? I might have to reorient some things here. Son of a bee. I don't have any room. Corvid. Another scarab. Yeah, I don't think the boss is going to work, but let's enchant the scarab. Nice. Okay. Boss time is probably going to break. Oh, no, it didn't break. It generated a board. How did it generate a board? I don't understand that. But anyway, let's see what happens. I might actually be in trouble here. Oh, I might be in trouble. Nope. Wait, maybe I will win. Yep, I won. Sweet. Okay. Now that I think that the boards are randomly generated, I think what I want to do is probably create special boss cards for the enemy. Rather than just making it a different, you know, board configuration. I think having like a bot. So somebody mentioned yesterday, like having legendary cards or something. I think that would be cool. I bought Balatro on mobile and it's addicting to pick my phone up and start continue runs when I'm waiting somewhere. You really should consider a mobile part in the future. Does Balatro have like cross-platform save files like that? Hey, look, it's me. Yeah. What card is that? I've missed too many streams. Barkeep. Yeah. So I would say generally it's feeling pretty good, just that. I think that I want to change this calculation, this board size calculation. Max variance. Let me do this. Augur.debug. Max board variance. Max variance for difficulty. Oh, this should be total difficulty. Total difficulty, there we go. Okay. So I turned it down a little bit, so we should see boards that are a little bit bigger. Oops, ran the wrong thing. No, I only bought it on mobile. Oh, I got you, okay. I mean, I think this game would be relatively easy to port to mobile. I don't see a reason why it would be hard, because it's just a mouse-only game anyway. It's not like there's any more complex controls than that. So yeah, it could work for sure. Tell you what, I'll write the code in a way that allows it to be amenable to a mobile port. Let me look at my log file. Max board variance 1 for difficulty 2. That sounds right. Oh, wait. Is it not working? Get minimum distance to start node. Are these really only 2 hops away? 1, 2, 1, 2. That's 3 hops away. I don't think that calculation is correct. One, two, three. Why is that one not? Oh, unless I'm looking at it wrong. Oh, yeah. Is there one? Max board variance for difficulty. Oh, there is a 3. Okay. Interesting. The Ox has 84 health. Max board variance. I think I might want to set a minimum threshold too, but although is that axe upgraded? Or Ox upgraded? So wait a minute. Something's going on here. Where did it place the Ox? Placing card Ox. So here. This is where the Ox board is created. Total difficulty 3. Baseboard difficulty 4. I wonder if I modified this a little bit. So this baseboard difficulty here, this is just a straight area calculation. I'm going to divide that by 2. Again, these are just magic numbers. They're not anything meaningful. I think the roguelike genre especially fits for mobile 5 times as much when it's a clicking game. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. I'm not gonna rule out the possibility of doing a mobile port for sure. Oh, that's a big board. Oh my gosh. So one problem that I'm seeing though is that there are no cards being upgraded. Like the board size is getting bigger, but the cards aren't upgrading. So I've got like 2 different, Maybe I should turn this back to 3 to force the board sizes to remain relatively small. I don't know, this is going to be a tricky thing to get right, I think. It's not upgrading any cards, it's just making the board bigger. I realize I can bother you enough to at least consider doing something I want you to do. I promise not to abuse this power. Okay. All right, I'll take you at your word. I'm gonna just multiply this out. I just don't know how I'm supposed to be thinking about this. Like, I don't know, coming up with an equation, a system of equations to balance out this game. Oh my gosh, look at 234 health. My goodness. Okay. I'm just absolutely curious to see. I'm curious to see what this actually looks like. Holy moly, 234 health. Am I going to be able to do it? Let's find out. I'm going to get my butt kicked. Oh, I think it's just going to heal up entirely. The chickens have life steal. They only deal 2 damage, but they heal for 2 as well. Oh my gosh, I'm getting beaten up by a board of animals that are drinking beer. Okay. Sacrifice the cat, you got it. Hello, Lucas. Welcome, welcome. Seems reasonable. Surely that's balanced, yeah. You can get death runes for sacrificing the cat. Oh no, sacrifice the cat. Okay, so I'll tell you what. I think that this whole difficulty scaling is going to be probably something that I'm just going to have to experiment with a lot. So I'm going to do that off stream, but that's not the end of the stream for today because I want to make another card, or there's some card art that I want to redraw as well, but maybe we'll make a new card. Attempt to make balancing. I'm still on my wave function collapse branch. I think I'm pretty much ready to merge that into master because the wave function collapse is working. Now it's just a matter of the balance that I have to work out, which I'm pretty sure I'm going to be able to get that. But I think what I need to do is I just need to go do a bunch of research online and see how other indie developers approach balancing and see if I can get any ideas from that. And then I'm just going to have to probably just do a bunch of experimentation. So that's going to be somewhat of a slog that I'm not prepared to do on stream here. So let me, I'm just going to go ahead and quickly merge this. I'm just going to go ahead and quickly merge this. Okay. Git fetch prune. All right, I do my merging through the GitHub UI, the GitHub website. Anyway, let's figure out a card that we can draw now. All right, so what card do we want to draw for the probably more enemy cards here? I feel like art redrawing should be its own whole stream. Yeah, I could do that for sure. I think balancing is more of a playtesting thing. Yeah, I mean, I have to get the initial thing working. I don't think it feels great. So, but yeah, I mean, obviously the balancing is going to have to change in accordance with player feedback, but I can't start with no balancing and then expect players to tell me. I got to start with something that's at least presentable, you know? Wave function clacks with the state. Oh my gosh. State of the Middle East. Village Idiot. You really want to see the Village Idiot, huh? We came up with a couple of good ideas yesterday. Scarecrow, potato, carrots, mayor, village idiot. I don't know how I would draw that though. I don't know how I would draw that. How about a penguin that applies frost? Would you see a penguin in a medieval village? Scarecrow is cool. Yeah, I think Scarecrow is sounding interesting. The thing is, if I were to do a Scarecrow, I would want to make it like a T shape, I think. I don't have a T-shaped card currently. I suppose I could make one. Bar wench that paralyzes. I would like you to know that there are penguins that live in jungles. Well, last time I checked, jungles weren't a thing in Europe either. Chef that poisons. Light mode is scary. Where's light mode? All right. So this is, yeah. Okay, so let's do this. There's our T shape. Save this as, oh, this is a 3x2. Oh goodness, 3x2 minus 0x1y. Shoot, I forgot how to name this. Oh. Minus 0x1y minus 2x1y. I think that's it. In any case, I need to make the mask now. Then I gotta say this is border mask. All right, so now we have a T shape. And now I can save this as a scarecrow. Alrighty. Load default palette. Okay. So I'll just get the shape roughly in place. Oops, I did this on the wrong layer. Oops. Okay. Should we give him a pumpkin head? We're gonna give him a pumpkin head. A drunk who has constantly changing crit chance and multiplier. Oh, that's a fun one. That's a fun one. Maybe that can be for the village idiot. Oh, let's see. Constantly randomizes crit chance. Multiplier. This game doesn't have enough European jungle penguins. Seriously? Welcome, Chris Morris. European jungles are not for the faint of heart. Of course, you wouldn't know about them. SZ shapes when? Well, there can't be diagonals, so a Z shape would have to be a very large card. Is it Easter already? What? What do you mean is it Easter already? Oh, I see, because of the cross shape. Hello, Lucas. Got rerolls working in my upgrade screen. Very nice. Very nice. Always good when something like that happens. Did you take the barkeeper hostage? Okay, I think this is good. I don't think I need to do any more work on the scarecrow. I guess the arms are a little bit too big. I think. I'm doing this wrong. That looks all right. Okay. Might make this a different color up here. Yeah, it looks better. Maybe. Okay. I think it's looking all right. As a crow, I have to say I was not ready for the horror stream. Yeah. Crucifixion jokes might be too far. Maybe. Maybe. Hello, Pocket Pixie. You know what I am? Dark theme games. I like your other game. Oh, we always. Loving the pumpkin head already. Awesome. I'm glad you're liking it. Barkeep, there's someone vomiting here. Please escort them out the bar. And maybe some aliens, because I remember one of your older Necromancer games on itch had you fighting aliens. You really want me to add aliens to this game? Break the theme entirely? Lock on damageable health and lock on camera have all been completed. Awesome. Very cool, Chris. Oh, today, I forgot McDonald's existed for a brief moment today, and I just remembered that McDonald's does exist, and now I'm like super excited for lunch. Dang. Now the tricky part here is going to be getting this to look like stuffed fabric. Looks like a mecha pretending to be a scarecrow. Okay. Needs more Howl's Moving Castle scarecrow. I am not nearly as talented as the Studio Ghibli people. You're getting budget Howl's Moving Castle scarecrow. I wonder if I should put some like... I think that looks better. I just don't know. Let's get rid of all these for now. No, bud. You do this every morning. No. I don't like this blue color. I find this blue color really hard to use. What if the European jungle penguins are aliens? Okay, we are completely off the deep end now. We are completely off the deep end. Okay, that one doesn't look terrible. Azir, what do you want? Kind of like a little happy scarecrow, I guess. Need some paladins. Yeah, that will come later. That will come later. Should probably have cutscenes specify this is a village area, polish early and often. My next thing is actually going to be pausing to solve that before I end up making something that doesn't work with it in mind. Pausing to solve what? Double Big Mac? No, not a double Big Mac. What about a priest that applies burn? Yeah, I have like friars and stuff. Cozy stream, feeling nice. A necromancer boss or enemy that spawns random cards on a board, kind of like a spider would be cool. Co-worker fight, yeah, that would be cool. Scarecrows are kind of thrown together with old clothes stuffed and left in the elements. So the worse the better, right? I guess so, yeah. Have the scarecrow's name be Straw Dad. You're demonstrating what kind of shirt a pumpkin would wear, and we're the weird ones. Yeah, that's true. I'll take his ear home if he bothers you. No, he's mine. You can't have him. To solve the pausing. Oh, I see. I found I like to take advantage of the global class attribute a lot more now, instead of making a component scene with only the one node in the script. Yeah, I think that's a good way of doing it, for sure. I've been doing that more recently as well. Well, it's not... I wouldn't say it's like super great, but I think it works. Mm-hmm. Well, I would say that that's decent. I mean, it's... I don't really like the cloth part of it, but I think it's okay. I think it's okay. Might just move the whole thing. Ooh, I can't move it up. Can I take the head, move that down? There we go. I think that creates a little bit more room. How's that looking? All right, see ya, Rookie Tookie. Thanks for joining. It's okay, he's bald anyway. Then have the Scarecrow open a southern seafood place called Strawdads Crawdads. All right. The person I'm arguing with when I strawman them, yeah. Oh, it's funny. My cat is just sitting here meowing at me. Go. I think that looks a little bit better. Okay. There's our Scarecrow. Have you ever considered using normal mask for your sprites for better visuals? I have. I'm not going to do that, though. Welcome back, Nithron. You like it? I think it looks awesome. Okay, all right. Looks awesome. Thank you. For me, the proportion looks off. Well, it's not a proportional Scarecrow. It's just a hastily thrown together with his arms up real high so that he fits inside of the card. Just learned that you can have functions inside a custom resource. Mind blown. Yeah. Which tool are you using for pixel art? This is Sprite. This is Sprite. Okay. Scarecrow. Now we got to figure out how to get all this working. Create new resource. Card definition resource. Scarecrow. Dimensions. This is a 3x2 with excluded cells of 0 and 1 and 2 and 1. Turn cooldown. Let's make it 13, I guess. Is enemy is flippable. What should this be? A ritual item, I guess? I don't know. Scarecrow. Simple damage. I don't think it's going to have simple damage. I just need to throw this in so that I know that it works. Let's see what happens. Azir, you can't do this. You can't just sit behind me and meow all day. That's not gonna work, buddy. Don't you have something to do? Don't you have a job? You don't have a job. Go get a job if you don't have one. Hey, what are you doing? Oh, we got some errors. Hold on. Gotta get my McDonald's on the way here. Argument out of range. Did I do something wrong? 0, 1, 2, 1? Did I do it wrong in the setup? I probably did something wrong with respect to the card registry here. Oh, I did it wrong. Yeah, I named it wrong. That's what happened. Okay. I forgot my own naming rules. Three by two, this one. What? What? I don't know how this works. Base dimensions array, file name split dot first. If adjusted file name contains this, exclude cells portion last. How is this working? Split. What? I don't think this is working. I'm gonna put a breakpoint in here. I think this does need to be underscore. Well, no, actually, let's just go ahead and let's just run this and see. Oops. Well, it doesn't matter. When are we getting a cat cam? He moves around too much. Job market is tough. Leave the cat alone to his purrs. Hello, Mornay. Welcome, welcome. How do you feel about modular code? Do you feel code is modular enough? Yeah, I do feel my code is modular enough. I think modular code is a good thing to strive for. Oh, I need to... edit breakpoint. adjusted file name dot contains 3x2. Okay, here we go. So exclude cells portion. That's what I thought. It's not working. So yeah, I need to update this. I don't have a way of supporting multiple excluded cells in the file name. So the way that this does is this just looks at the file name to get the card configuration. But the problem here is that I don't have... Do I just mush them together? What happens if I just mush them together? I think that's the way I'm supposed to do it, actually. So if I take this, merge that together, take this, merge that together. Oops, I shouldn't be editing the imports. I'm just going to remove these imports here. Is that going to work? I don't know. Let's find out. It did not work. Okay. I have no clue. I'm going to have to fix this. This is the first instance where I have a card which has multiple missing cells. So I don't know why that's not working, but anyway. Almost spat out my coffee when he told the cat to get a job. Anyway, that's going to be it for the stream today. I'm just going to commit this. Add initial scarecrow. I'm sorry that we can't see it in the game, but I have to fix whatever this algorithm is that's reading the file names. So anyway, that's it for the stream. Again, if you want to support my work, check out my new co-op multiplayer course. It's available now. It's a great way to support me. It's a great way to learn about multiplayer concepts in Godot using the Godot high-level networking tools. I also have Gunforged available for sale. All the ways you can support me are linked in the description below. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for joining. And thank you to the VOD watchers and lurkers out there as well. And yeah, I may stream later this afternoon, or otherwise I'll be back at it tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. So I hope to see you there. And otherwise, I hope you have a great rest of your day. And yeah, see you in the next one. Okay, bye-bye.